do today is basically go over blues and talk about 12-bar blues. Anybody never heard that before? Everybody's heard about 12-bar blues. Do you understand what a bar is?
Yeah.
That's where I go to get drunk. But
besides that,
I saw the pictures.
musically speaking.
oh, you saw that?
I saw the pictures.
Yes, I know.
I didn't say nothing.
Dane's truly worried about my pictures on Facebook.
He's got on Facebook. He's got some.
Anyway, what we have to think about is we got 12 bars to the blues, okay? And each bar has 4 beats. Does anybody read music here? Anybody else read music?
I read music vocally.
You know how to count, though.
I do.
As long as you know how to count to 4.
I took 3 of Phil's classes.
Yeah.
That's close.
Yeah, you made your count, right? Did Phil make your count?
4.
No, I don't think so.
So, okay.
3, 4.
I know how to do that.
Yeah,
I've done music since I was like 9.
Everybody know an E chord?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, let's form an E chord anyway. We gotta close the door too, because we lose all this wonderful freezing air.
Would you like me to close the door?
I figure if people want to come in, they can open
Open
the
the
doors.
damn door.
Come on, Cindy.
No, what do you want?
It's my boss.
All the ping pong balls are falling out of the refrigerator.
What's with ping pong balls in the
You
refrigerator?
don't remember that thing? That's how you leave the refrigerator door open, all the cold falls out. Well, there used to be a thing way back when they filled the door up, a refrigerator full of ping pong balls, and to illustrate, you open the door, that's the cold just.
Can everybody see me? You can see my hands, right?
Yeah.
Leave me back in there.
Okay,
Okay, this is
I'm having trouble seeing you.
Okay, basically, we're going to talk about 12-bar blues, which is basically 48 beats, because 4 times 12. I did pass elementary math. Forget about algebra. But, and then most songs you hear have the 12-bar structure in it. Whether it's blues, jazz plays 12-bar, you know, and then there's rock and roll. But what the chords are, if you look at the top of the sheet, I gave 3 keys. I thought my brain's working. 4 keys.
You mean chords?
Yeah, but they were
Oh,
all,
I see.
the chords in the blues are the first chord, the 4th chord, and the 5th chord. Now that may sound, does that make sense? I can explain it. Like a C,
Yeah,
like a C scale is obviously C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then you're up a step, you go back to C. But it's a higher, it's the octave above it, okay? Are you all confused?
No.
American scales, Western music, 7-note scales. And there's always a half step between. If you go C, D, E, between 3 and 4, there's always going to be a half step. If you play piano, you'll know that. Then G, okay, that's the 5th. Then A, it's the 6th, and the 7th. B to C, it's a half step. That's the black keys and the white keys on the piano. So does that make sense or confuse you?
Yeah.
But what I'm telling you is the secret to life when it comes to scales is that that's where those half steps are always there, between 3 and 4, and the 7th and 8th notes. And now what happens in blues, what happens in blues is they 7th a lot of the chords, which means is if you play an E, let's all play an E, like that, just play an E. And then they'll go like this. It's a D. And listen to the quality of that. It's dissonant. It's not like this. Because if you play just an E, right, now if you add that D, and what's happening here is that half step that I was talking about, it should be a D sharp to E, but we're lowering it a half step. In the blues scale, and I found a lot out about this recently because I wrote an article in the Troubadour this month about klezmer music. These are minor scales, but you play it against major chords. It's in klezmer, it's in blues, it's in jazz, and it gives it that Now, how does that make you feel? I mean, when I'm not doing therapy today, seriously, I'm a therapist by trade, but
Yeah, that's that blue feeling.
it's sort of, you kind
So
of
how's that
like,
working for you?
who? I can't do this at work, that's why I'm half crazy. So what, the way, the trick, this is what makes you look really like you're advanced playing. When you play it, you go, just stroke it down. Okay, so it's an E7. You feel the difference? And what you can do is we have more than one finger. If you feel far off, you're only allowed to use 2. If you're Alan Singer, you can use 3. So I would just pinch. How's that feel? Pinch like, like when you see a baby, you pinch that face.
New grenade. So you basically don't use pick playing blues, is what you're saying?
I mean, if there's
Finger
ways
style.
we could do that.
Huh?
It's finger style.
Okay.
So you go. Just try pitching the 2nd and the 6th string, okay? Just now let's just do this. Let's just play these 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now E7, 2, 3, 4. Pick it up again. Okay, so that's 16 beats, okay? And what you basically do is the first 4, just play an E chord. And if it's hard for you to do that pinching stuff, so let's try that from the top. Let's just play the E chord. You play the first bar, you play E chord. Second bar, play an E7, and then play an E chord again, and then an E7. I mean, it's a matter of taste. I mean, there are people that just go, well, we're not going to do that yet. But what I'm trying to show is,
Ralph does that really nice.
what I'm really trying to show is the simplicity is what makes the blues really interesting. And it's the little tricks like bending strings and hammering on. This is a hammering on, Now that changes the whole quality of what you're doing, because you just did this, like trouble in mind. Now if I did trouble in mind, it adds color to it. And that, if you listen to the old blues musicians, you guys listen to the old blues guys, their trick is the coloration. A lot of them just play 1 chord. Only Hooker plays
1 chord.
1 chord through a whole song, but he's doing. And what you can also do, just try this on the bottom, on the E and the D string. Like the wind, it's sort of classical almost. You got it, Mary? Just take this finger, 2nd finger, on the B string, and then on the E string, use your middle finger, so you just go. And if you throw in the E7,
alternating bass with them or
Yeah.
not? Is that too folk sounding?
no, I'll show that too, but what I'm trying to get is to get you to use all 4 of your fingers and to use 3 of these. I mean, I know that Phil, he's lying, but he does use a 3rd finger sometimes. Because you tell me I can do this with just 2 fingers, unless you did. I think he might do that actually.
It's hard not to bring that extra finger in.
Yeah, I mean, I've been taught from the beginning to do, I mean, I was taught Travis picking the off like this. And I use 3, but Phil doesn't.
Yeah, I came up playing finger style self-taught folk, so I did that
That's
all
the
the
problem.
time.
It always depends on what coast you learned this on. Of course, Phil learned it in his own coast, so, And he's right, the old blues guys use 2 fingers. They're really did. But anyway, so let's work on this D. Just let's try again. We'll do 4 beats of B, and then 4 beats of B7, and then 4 beats of B, and then another 4 beats of B7. Okay? And I'm not going to play. So I'll count it out. Ready? What? I'll count 4. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think it's time to go to A7.
You want to go to another chord?
Sounds like time to change chords.
It's right in front of you. What's it called? And the chords are an A.
A.
Now, we have a conflict here too. We have a conflict here too. You can play A like this. You got this? You can do this too, but why use 3 fingers when you can use 1?
Because I can't get my
Because I
finger to lay
can't,
down flat.
when I try to lay it.
God, I'm glad you went to Hinton because we'd have trouble. But anyway.
When I try to do it flat, I can't help hitting
What do you hit?
the one. Huh?
You hit
I can't. Yeah. It becomes a bar chord.
Yeah.
It's a different chord.
Now I would teach you the easy way to do this. Like this. Got this?
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, that's the one Phil uses. So you got it here.
Phil's got this one.
Alright? That's an E. That's an E note. And over here is really, see it? It's a D flat or a C sharp. And then you want to get an A7. See, but us lazy people just go. So which one do you feel more comfortable using?
Well, I've used this one all my life, but that high note sounds cool. I think maybe I'll try and do it.
You got that, A7? No, yeah, catch it. It's the G note. See, I was tortured, so I know where all the notes are. You know what notes are, don't you?
I get lost in
That's not my thing either. That's the only one I got left.
This one needs to be just behind the fret.
Yeah, you don't touch this G flat here. See, you don't use this finger. This finger is on vacation.
That finger's on vacation.
Yeah, you got these 2 fingers. This is what happens.
That's the
when
A7 that you were playing before is this one.
Moving down. Another word to the wise, play towards the fret. Play towards the fret. Otherwise you're going to get all that kind of thumping, right? It won't sound right.
Come clean.
See, here's your A, right? You got that? Remember this is an A string too, okay? So it doesn't, this can be played also, it fits the chord. You hear that? Got it? So the trick, this is, you go from an A to an A7th, okay? That's this finger which, you know, you got it, Cindy?
No.
Well, just play
That's an A7, but it's not.
Yeah, I mean, see that with the barring, you just,
Try it. I can't do that.
I like it better, because you can do things.
How many years you been playing, Aaron?
You're asking me, 51. And a few years before that as a delinquent.
2?
No, that's 2 more than somebody else. I'm going to do therapy, you know.
I bet I do.
Anyway, so let's try that. Let's do the same exercise we did with the E. Let's do it with the A. 4 beats of regular A, then 4 beats of A7, regular A, and then A7 again. I know it's tedious and boring, but somewhere out of this, there will be a miracle with a song at some point. You know? which is always what students long for. And then, you know, teachers who want to keep their students teach songs right away, but sometimes you got to go through the mechanics and the torture to get to that. You'd be a lot better off in the end.
Making sure it's Patty stealing her equipment.
Well, Patty, I saw her material. You guys are going to have to take and test it. I mean, there's more information than AP Cardi can do about it, so.
Did you pass the test?
No, I stopped reading it halfway through. I said, this is too much information. Yeah. Anyway, so let's try the A. Just hit the A. You can do it that way too if you feel better.
Planning on
Give it a try. Let's try it. Just let's do the A. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now A7. You feel very comfortable with music. So let's try it out. We're going to do 4 bars of E, C with that, you know, playing alternating between E and E7.
and then A and then C.
Right. We get this, so that's 8 bars. Got that? You ready? I'm going to count you down and let's see what you do. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Boxes down there. You see the boxes? We gotta learn the torture chord before we get to the boxes.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Are you talking about
Do
B7?
you want to talk to him? See the shrink. This is the shrink.
I play harmonicas.
Yeah. They don't have chords on it. It's built into
I
the
have
reeds.
chords.
I know.
I just
You
don't
should
have to turn my fingers
Where's that
to
big
press them.
monster you've been carrying around?
You just can't pick the wrong one out of the box, that's all.
Anyway, now we're gonna learn the B7.
He's picking on me.
Who doesn't know? Who doesn't know
Nah, he's not
B7?
picking on me. He loves me.
I know B7.
You know B7?
Although he would never admit it.
Do I want to know what you
Yes, sir.
Do you know B7?
Hell no.
Do I want to
What'd
know
you
what
pay Hegel for? You went to
I
blues and-
I would come in and say, I want to play this song,
Oh, he's
and he
one of
would
those teachers.
transcribe it into chords I could play.
Do I want to know what you
That's
feel
what I
about
gave him.
I
paper?
told you,
Jeff
you
with
need to
B7.
learn
Okay.
16 tons. You
Yeah,
learn
I know,
16
you-
Do I
tons,
want
you'll
to
be
know how
able
you
to
feel
play
about
B7.
capos and playing D capo 2 instead of E?
All right, I will deviate and answer that question.
What's the question?
He's asking the magic question, which is about the capo. If you learn these 3 chords, B, A, B7, and you capo down 3 frets. Capiche? 3 frets.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna be.
Sharp G.
See, if you don't know the net, doesn't mean anything. But what the deal is, this is an E string, right? This one, and so is this one. So you got E, F, F sharp, and then a G. Okay? So when you play an E, if somebody play a G chord, just play a G chord. See? And what it does is, the reason I capo, there are a couple of reasons. One, Drew Gallagher agrees on this one. He actually agrees on something. That the best guitar sounds come from capoing the guitar. The open is nice, but when you capo it, there's more tension, and it rings a lot better. And when you're playing this against, say, an open G, you're creating a harmony, this inversion of the chord. Just play it. So what you end up doing is, so you're playing in G on the 3rd, okay? You got that? Everybody?
But not E capo 3 for G, but D capo 2 for E, to avoid the B.
Oh, that's another
Is
story.
that a
He
cheating?
wants to, that's a banjo player, buddy.
Is that cheating to get past the B? I happen to like B, but
two
for people that are
banjo
B
choices.
opposing,
Well, let's just stick to the
Actually,
E form.
B7 is not a hard chord to play.
No, we're gonna play the
Learn 16
B7.
tons, that's what I keep.
All right, B7, ready? It's always, you can always use it.
That's not where I heard you came from.
Take the cake.
That was just the side.
That was a side story.
That was a deviation
That was a
caused by the
sidetrack.
banjo picker.
We'll modulate keys after we get the first.
I'm used to Daryl. I understand that I have to cover his question because otherwise he gets anxious. And I have to keep the friendship. Anyway, B7. You got it? There's a diagram there. And so
I'm using it.
great. Now the trick with the B7 is really cool because you can play it like this.
Yeah, but that's not how you've got a diagram down.
I know, I'm doing the New York B7. Yeah, like this. Got that? On the fifth string. Well, what you can do is. See that? You see that? And the other thing you can do with a B7 is.
Did you go up just one fret?
Yeah, and everybody goes, boy, that was cool. But all it is.
You know, another thing I found, B7 is a stepping point to a diminished.
Yeah, because you can just do this.
I mean, but learning how to do a diminished chord by just moving that one finger.
Yeah, you can do that.
How big is that harmonica?
It's about that big.
Yeah, I thought so.
That's a great harmonica. So does that make sense?
Oh, that
This is a
nice.
really, what it is when you get to the end of a blues, they have it's a turnaround kind of situation. So you go. Now you've heard that trillions of times because everybody does it.
It's the bridge back to the beginning.
Yes, that's it.
That's why they never end.
So that's not the banjo, you got a cable to play any.
Have to.
Well,
That
unless you
was an
retune
aside.
it, you know.
What
So
did
like,
you do as you're heading to the E? You did something that when you head to the E, back to the E.
well,
No,
yeah.
I think you did a hammer on, wasn't it?
Well, you do.
Or
First
was
of all,
it a
play the
stretch?
B7. Everybody play
Yeah.
B7.
Which way?
This way.
Standard.
Yeah. Like the one on the diagram.
Gotcha.
West Coast.
See, I'm in trouble because I'll even play 2 notes on here.
Huh.
But we don't do that. But just think this. Now let's just try this one. Just. Now you put it. There's a beat, remember, so now what they do is they go.
So
you
you
don't have to
hammered
do
on
that.
the E chord.
Yeah, but you go. The object is to go. You can just end like that. So you just go. See, that's underneath 7. You didn't do a song in E, though.
Yeah.
What kind of blues teacher was this? I got to talk to him because he likes to touch you.
Bill's the one who was pushing my F and B7.
Well, you
You
don't mess
can't
with
do the
Phil.
blues in G major.
You could. You can do it. You notice what's going on
Yeah,
here?
Fred sings in G all the time, I
Is that our friend that's running the
But anyway.
yes next week?
think.
Now, but now that you have the 3 chords, okay? The trick is how do you make it sound
Bluesy.
more, you know, not like, you know, this is what they call back picking. Yeah, just do that.
That's backpicking.
I call it back picking.
We're just doing the bass.
Alternating bass.
Alternating bass.
So you get that sort of nice. So it's the 6th and 4th string. See, the whole idea is you want to spice it up, but not to the point where it sounds like a piece of classical music, but there's just little subtle changes in the tone of the note, you know? And the trick to blues, a lot of it is just hammering stuff. You know the chord, you know the E7th, right? So you just go. You have to develop a sense of these rhythms, you know, because otherwise it's going to sound like, you know, trouble in my mind. I'm going to go join the chain gang at that point, you know. So the trick is, this is important. I mean, learning this alternating bass, I guess what they call it too. Like this, alternate, just, because what this leads up to is Travis picking. Three-finger picking at everybody who plays guitar at some point. But just doing this. Think about it.
I'm using a different set of string. I'm used to doing these two.
Yeah, well, you can do it like on the A.
That wouldn't sound, well, it works for
See, on the
me.
A, what happens on the A is you play the 5th and the 3rd string. And this is all I'm doing, watch here. Just watch, this is the E chord, right? Now I'm just going to quickly go to B7. Now that sounds a lot different than what we've been doing in the beginning. I mean, so you have to, it's to get us, or you can just think of a blues song like, well, like anything. Today we'll just go. So it's like a 1 beat and an 8th note.
So it's like the Carter family does the pick and the
Well,
stroke.
the Carter family, like for instance, we're not going to learn this today because this is a whole other lecture about Travis picking when it goes. See, but there's the E7. Here's your diminished tone. That's diminished. See you later up on the stage. Take it easy.
Bye-bye.
I brought my guitar.
Yes, you should. Next
You don't
year.
mind, I'm not doing very good.
I'll make her practice the beat chord.
Yeah, maybe do that.
I
just
know the
seven.
beat chord.
So which one of these chords are you nervous about? Well, you're nervous about all the chords. Seriously, is B7 comfortable? Yeah, well, you're
Totally.
Mary, you got it?
For years.
Okay, you got the
So
B7.
let's keep on.
So the trick,
It's only me.
well,
That's right, Cindy, it's only you.
I know, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
We'll do some recovery on this.
Little couch,
Yeah, we'll do some.
little cognitive behavioral.
See, this is what, no, look, I've been playing for a long time, but the deal with this stuff is, when you're learning stuff on the guitar, as any instrument, whatever it is, banjo or when you play it slowly. you better
Play
off
slow, learn
practicing.
fast,
Yeah.
quote
What
unquote.
happens is when you learn it fast, you learn it slow. And you then ingrain all the mistakes. You hate to play and then you won't play it. So the best deal is to just do the form and just do like that. You know, B7. Since that seems to be the one that's got you tongue-tied. Just, just feel it. And, the fingers, I mean, it's not normal to go putting your fingers like this, I mean, I play jazz chords, they're really weird.
51 years,
Well, the jazz chord's only 30.
30 years.
But all kidding aside,
Can I
Yeah.
open
But you
volume
really-
with my
but
guitar?
the message,
I know I can learn B7 and
the
I
message here is, if you just knew these 3 chords and you owned a capo, you could play up the neck. Because if you do E here, we talked about this, it's a G. And if you go in here, the 5th fret with a capo, it's A. So you've already covered three keys just by using your capo. If you go down here, it's B. And over here is C. And not every neck can go there, but you know, a lot of people, what people do is that if they don't have a capo, is they bar.
B-A-R-R-E.
Yeah.
I learned something.
So next, if you look here, there's the boxes. You see these boxes? The first set of boxes. What's above it is a 12-bar blues in terms of how it would look on the staff. With each bar of the music, with the beats. The beats are those slashes. You see the ones that cut across it like this? On there, those are a beat each. So if you were practicing 12-bar blues, you practice those beats.
Oh, I got it.
It says on it one beat.
So there's,
That's 24 beats in this one. In the
so
12
there's
bar.
only 1 and 4 in this one. Am I right?
No, there's a 5th. But that's just an example of one form of a 12
Oh,
bar
there's the
blues.
5th, okay.
The 5th. Because what will happen is you go.
Yeah. We got a thing that has all 3 chords, the 1, the 4, and the 5.
Right,
and all
it's
the
right
keys.
above it in E. But above that, you see 4 different keys with the 1, 4, 5. You see that?
Uh-huh.
In red.
So watch that last one, that one.
It's what, the C, G7?
C, E, G7, C, F.
It should have been CF.
Yeah, yeah.
My brain is not working all the time. Thank you. That should be an F.
What?
It should be CF. G7.
So it'd be C and E sharp.
No, it should be.
Sure.
It should be this.
I need as much sharp as I can.
It should be an F. That's what happens when you do these at 1:30 in the morning today.
Cramming for the exam.
Yeah, I can't function. It's like, I wrote an
Yeah.
article for the Troubadour, this
You're welcome.
current article.
But
I
it's
started on
here too,
Friday
right?
night,
Hmm?
I ended up on Saturday, and
Okay.
Liz had it Monday. It was 3,500 words. I can't tell you how I did it,
Wow.
but it was like overdrive.
This one right now?
Yeah, that one on Elizabeth Schwartz. That's CF, G7. Now everybody in this room has played 1 trillion songs with CF and G7. I have to assume that. You did too.
No,
You play
I
I'm
don't.
going fishing all the time.
Yeah, but I don't do it in that chord. I don't do it in that key. I do it in the A or, yeah,
Catch more fish than you, right?
yeah, but I do it in E, A, and D.
Let's do the boxes. You can read the boxes. Yeah. So we're gonna do these boxes.
I've had Alan and Patty.
Let's do that first set of boxes there. You see it?
Yep.
And it says E7. So we're gonna do four bars of E7, and then 2 bars of A7,
Okay.
2 bars of E7, and then A7, then B7, A7, and then you'll see, the tricky one is that bottom one, because there's 4 chords there. 3 chords, yeah, 3 chords, I'm sorry.
Same thing.
3, 4.
The bottom one goes like this.
And you're back to the
And
beginning.
the beginning. So let's take it from the top.
Are we doing the top or the bottom?
No, we're gonna do these boxes.
I understand that. Which one? Variation 2?
Variation.
Variant 2.
This is 2.
Variant 2?
Yeah,
Variant
it's
two.
backwards. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Ready?
Alan was drinking last night.
I don't drink.
Yeah, right. I
I'm
saw
a
those
diabetic.
pictures.
I can't drink. Although there are times, Sydney. Okay, let's try it. Let's already form an E7. I know it's elementary, but let's do it. Okay, let's go. Let's take it up. I'll count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. you can do a trillion blues. So, I mean, what you want to try now is on that first 4 boxes, let's try alternating the 7th. So the first chord you play is an E, and then you play, let's try those
So
4
beats of E, 4
Yeah, let's
beats of
just try,
E7.
let's do those, 16. Okay, ready? I'll count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 27. 4, E, 2, 3, 4. Now E7. A7. Now E. 4. Now then E7. E7. A7.
Forget it.
E7, B7. Okay, now does that feel, is there any point in that where you get a little nervous?
Well, I just keep forgetting to change to A7.
Well, what you can do, I'm just being
It's just a
very
memory
literal
thing.
about it now, I'm just being
Yeah.
rigid, but you can even use 2 fingers and just go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just stay on the E. 3, 4, 1, 2.
It's not that I can't do it, it's just that my head is wrapped around.
And I know
it.
you're not gonna, as easy as it looks, it's not that easy. And I've been doing this for a long time, so I do this in my sleep at this point. And I get bored with it too, because that's what the other trick now, let's add a little push or a hammer on here. That's it.
That's which.
E7. It hurts, right?
Well, I cramp up from time to time, and I've been
Yeah.
having bad. The last 3 weeks have not been good for my carpet tunnel for some reason.
Play the E. So the E and then E7. I'm gonna teach you to make it a little more bluish. Just take the pink, and most of us gotta use this pinky for anything, I mean, basically. So let's try just pushing it, Just pushing that note. But you have to have the E down there. So just
Okay,
take
so
the
you're
pinky.
pushing it up, right?
Yeah, pushing it. You hear that? It's like, and the origins in this stuff, if you think about it, a lot of this bluish minor pentatonic stuff came out of Turkey.
Really?
A lot of it was carried by the gypsies, of all people. I learned this doing this klezmer article. The gypsies came out of northern India. Everybody thinks they're like Eastern Europe or Spain, but they came out of northern India. So that means the music they really heard was sitar and that kind of stuff. And that has a ton of that kind of
Quarter tones.
quarter tones.
Now, it's 12:27 now.
Okay, I got
What time did you say you
I
wanted
got
to
to split
stop?
about 20 to 1 because I have to do a tribute to Diamond.
Yeah, well, I want to be there listening to it,
Yeah,
too,
so,
okay.
if I don't show up, they have to
You
wait.
have to wait for them, so you go with the speaker,
Just
you're
follow
okay.
the man. Anyways, what this is the little tricks in the trade that people use. So look, you got an E chord, you got an E chord, you got an E7. So now let's make that even more embellished by doing this. But remember, and squeeze, just use these 2 fingers, which we all use to play. Because I mean, when you first learned the guitar, it was like a lot of this. Remember that? So basically, it's like, let's do this. We're gonna do like 3 or 4 beats. We'll do E on the 2nd and 6th string. Okay? Just squeeze, less motion gives you, that's the other thing, when you're picking guitar, stay as close to the strings as possible, because if you're out here, you gotta come back. And the trick is to let gravity work, and when you're pressing down like this, you're going in the way of gravity. So think about this. See? This is counter-gravity. But, and if you watch flat pickers and stuff, they always go down like this. Just to come back up.
You get caught.
Okay, so let's play that E chord, just one beat, but with a squeeze. Squeeze. It's the sixth and the second string. All right, now let's play an E7. Now what we're gonna do is let's keep that E7 and push it up towards the top. It sounds like you're playing a sitar. Does it hurt?
It hurts.
Oh, you gotta take lessons, don't you?
I can't afford to take
Well,
lessons.
somebody else, I'll show you stuff.
You know what, it's not in the exact same spot where my
Right.
calluses are the heaviest.
Well, you know,
You gotta develop more callus.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
see, my fingers are really grotesque at this point, but what's happened with this finger is my New York
It's a
R.
default.
You hear that New York R? Anyway, finger.
Fingers.
Yeah, fingers. Anyway, this finger's missing a piece. You see, it's flattened to the right.
Is that from all the,
Yeah, and the others are just grotesque, you know. I mean, it's just, but this is at least probably. It's not.
That's what the
it's
New
about
York
an
folks
eighth
scared
of
you
an
to
inch of callus, and this one
no
too.
kidding.
But I didn't get these fingers calloused like this until I played jazz chords, because they're four. See, they're four finger things. You know, they just when you do things like this. So, but you don't use this that often, obviously, if you're playing just.
Well, a lot of people don't.
You see, because you can get away with this.
I do because I played my A and my D with them. But anyway,
Now let's go back to that. So let's play. If you get something out of this today, is that it's fun to bend these strings, even on the nylon. I mean, because
They don't resonate as much.
no, but that's because they're nylon and it's a different wood. Is that
yeah,
mahogany?
but look how
It's
easily
easy.
she's
It's
bending
easy.
it.
I don't
That's
worry
the upside of it, it's really
It's-
easy. Try bending this one on
I've
my,
tried.
on mine.
You know, and the thing is, I don't know what you probably have light strings on there, like
Light,
inch,
medium, light.
Light.
and I'm using medium,
Use.
which Phil thinks is crazy too.
You get a better tone though.
Hey,
Yeah.
whatever works.
Let's try
I
to
have the
just.
strings on my guitar that Walt says I should have on my guitar.
Well, Walt says it, it must be true.
Right.
No, but it works.
Anyway, let's play that E7. You ready?
Yeah.
Relax your wrist. Just a good way to relax your wrist. Do this. It strengthens it, but it also goes up the arm and you loosen the muscles. It's a great.
Well,
You do about
The
20
other thing that I
times.
do that's helpful when you have carpal tunnel
Yeah, I don't
issues
get into a couple.
is to take a hold of it and actually stretch it
Yeah.
like this, and then squeeze the bones together. Squeeze right over your wrist bone there, and that helps elevate that tunnel. I've done that for 10 or 15 years. It does help a little
Let
bit.
me show you a trick, a good exercise, just a good exercise to get, it's not music, it doesn't mean anything musically, it's just that you cover the first 4 frets, you just go.
Just to get your fingers moving, huh?
Stretches it out.
Then you go backwards.
Oh, quit showing off. You and Phil and the scales.
That's
And you
not
can
a
find it
scale.
here,
Calm
and you
down.
can find it
She's so
here,
nervous.
and you can find it here.
I know, don't tell, well, how about
Don't
don't
tell her
tell?
What?
What?
Well, that would be a good one. for
Don't
me.
tell me.
That
I'm
would be a
afraid to
good one for
mention
me
the
to do
pentatonic
to
scale
try and
today.
keep my
But
fingers.
seriously,
I can't
if
keep
you
my
want it-
fingers close to the
It's actually a
keyboard.
classical guitar exercise.
Some of it, I think,
And
is the
it's not hard
arthritis, but a
to
lot of it
watch,
is just
you
bad
know.
habit.
That's all it is. And actually, you're supposed to keep your thumb back here on the guitar.
Backside.
You see this here? I don't do it because I learned the wrong way, but I do when I play jazz. The thumb does go back here. Because you're not really supposed to carry the guitar. You
That's the
just,
whole pressure for your.
yeah, you just let the guitar rest in the small of your hand, you know. That's why you got all this space. I mean, it's not normal to do this. I mean,
I know, I
imagine
can't
if-
help her doing
imagine
that.
playing the violin, how abnormal that would be. I played viola for years, so. But
Oh,
yeah, I was tortured as a young
I
child.
did not know that.
All right, so let's try that. This is good to toughen up the finger muscles and get your wrist, you know, to feel much more comfortable. And if you just do it a few minutes when you pick up the guitar, before you even start playing,
You're just doing all
and
the
then once you
4
do,
frets on each,
right,
on
and
each
then when
string.
you really get advanced, you go backwards.
It's actually easier for me to do it the other way around.
You pick in between?
You pick only 4 beats. It's
No, the question being is after you do your 4th here,
yeah.
you hit that open and then you go.
No, you just.
Okay, yeah.
It's
And then
not
once you
like,
get-
it's
and
just
then
a
when you
finger
get really, when
exercise.
you get adventurous, you then take it down to the next fret and repeat it till you get all the way down here.
Show it off.
Now, that's how Ralph got where he is today.
Well, you see, the thing is that unless
You
you,
ever watched him playing Hawaiian Slack?
yeah,
It's very impressive. I know.
the other, so
It's
this
very
is just an aside to help you with your hand,
Yeah.
but it's gonna take a while till your hand adjusts to doing things like this. Now on the A, you can do that too.
You're doing the 4th string again, I mean the 2nd string again.
First string.
Huh?
It's the first string, it's an A7. So what you're doing is you just,
Oh, okay.
You got a stronger finger there. too.
yeah, it's not the
Oh, you're
pinky.
using your
Nobody
ring
uses
finger.
their pinky, you know? You got that? You can
I've given up
Now, when
now.
I do
Why?
that, it looks like I'm doing
Yes, I
something
gotta
with the
pack up and
finger.
go.
Where you going?
Go hear you talk.
I'm here, Steve. You don't have to go anywhere. I'm going to call Robin. We got to talk. Anyway, but that's, see this?
You have to be able to do it before you can bend strings, so.
You have to do what?
There's,
You know how to play, you can play the A chord.
I can play an A chord.
Okay, well,
I
then
couldn't
you just
figure out how to
you
bend the
don't
string,
listen.
though.
If you don't want to bend the string, you can also go. Just,
I did
That's
that.
it.
Hammer to ham.
and if you
Yeah,
go
where
down,
did
if
we
you
go?
stretch, the 5th fret, and the 3rd, you're going A to G, which is the 7th note of the A, that's the A7, so you can just,
Now, that's what I can do.
you can stretch your pinky. Because what I do is, what happens is when you're down here, every blues song, that's it. You play these 3 notes.
On the 5th fret, was
Yeah, because this is A. This is the tonic of the chord you're playing, right?
It's the what?
The tonic chord.
Tonic?
Not
As in
gin and
gin
tonic.
and?
No, you need some talking to. Anyway. God, I spend all week talking to people about that stuff. Stop it.
Anyway. Got a bug.
No, that's the point about this. The other thing is, I know we're going all over the map, but the guitar is constructed so that the notes are near each other. Okay? Interesting thing about the guitar. This is an A note. You know what this note is? It's an E. That's a 5th. But if you go the other direction, it's a 4th. Some crazy guy somewhere took the lute and figured this out. Just look at this. E, A, E. It's like the circle of 5ths, right? This way it's 5ths, right? And this way it's 4ths. The guitar is like a little computer. Everything has been lined up mathematically. That's why when you play these
The
chords.
banjo's easier.
Yeah, well, you play it up in G. You know?
Yeah,
But
way
seriously,
easier.
what this does is it means like like with the capo. If you capo here, you play in G. The notes are all lined up the same way for the E, except you capo it. Somebody with their genius figured out that all these things will repeat themselves. And for instance, if you play major scale, you don't have to do that. What time you got?
22.
We gotta I'll just do this and then we're all confused. That's a G scale. And if you go over here, it's an A scale. Go over here. That's a C scale. Never changes. Can't do anything about it. Them's the rules. You know, in here, C. Here's a C. D, E, F, G, A, B, E, C. Never changes. And you can just move it.
But if you take it one week, it's a fifth, and then you take it the other week, it's a fourth.
All right, and there's a blues
But it
scale.
never changes.
We're gonna have to tie it up now, but there's a blues scale on the next page, a pentatonic scale, self-explanatory, tells you which fingers to put down. That's a full 6-string. You hear that?
What are the black and the white numbers? What are
Those are the tonics.
Oh,
It should be the tonics.
Not gin and,
just
All right,
the
so
top.
just the tonic, whatever that.
Did you get something out of this? Hopefully, you get a little bit of something
Yes.
out of this. Yeah, we made you nervous.
You
Are
like
you
to
gonna play
do
one song
that.
quick before we have to go?
Oh yeah, what time are you?
No, we gotta go. He's gotta be on stage in
21
5
now.
minutes.
So I better go. I gotta go. I'm gonna be up at 2:20 with Dane.
That's where I'm going. Yeah, I'll be there too.
It'll be a very, if you want to see us do these chords, at 2:20. And Dane is worth the show. I'm just there to watch him play. So. Whatever. Take it easy.
You and
I will be following you around today, don't worry.
Why?
Because I can.